Hey everyone, it's your girl Shauna J. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. I so appreciate you being here. I think it's fair to say that even though we all have so many fragrances, there are certain fragrances in our collection that get more wear than others. I know for me, when I used to go into the office, I used to pull for the same 3 fragrances. Every now and then I'll switch it up, but for the most part I had my favorites that I like to wear to the office. And the same thing for if I had to go to a wedding or if I had to go to a restaurant with my husband, I would constantly choose the same kind of fragrances. On those rare occasions I like to switch it up, but for the most part I like to choose the same fragrances. So that's how I had to think in order to do this video. I had to think about, okay, what's your easy reach for specific occasions? So that's pretty much what today's video is gonna be about. I'm gonna show you guys the fragrances that I reach for specific or for different occasions. I hope that this video will be some sort of help to some of you guys who may be watching. Some of you guys I know for a fact are just gonna watch for the entertainment factor, which I appreciate, okay? Anyway guys, let's jump right into this video. Okay, so the very first occasion that we're gonna talk about is the work occasion, okay? A lot of us have jobs, and I know for a fact that when I used to go into the office, one of my biggest priority was smelling good, okay? That's really what motivated me a lot of times. It sounds crazy, but that used to motivate me to go into the office. So if I was still going in the office, the fragrance that I would absolutely, without a doubt, wear is from the house of Givenchy, and this one is called L'Intérieur Eau de Toilette. Now, I know you guys are probably sick of me talking about this fragrance, and I do apologize, but what do y'all want me to do? This will be my go-to work fragrance. I just think it's perfect for the office. I like the fact that it's multi-dimensional, so it's clean and fresh. It does have a clean laundry scent, but it also has a little bit of sweet, fruity tartness, and it's also musky and a little bit earthy. So it does have a lot of different components to it. It's not a boring scent. Whenever I wear this one, I literally admire the way I smell until I take my shower. It's that kind of scent. Not only does it smell good, but it's super long lasting. Now, the only thing that I must say is it's a strong fragrance, so please do not overdo it. It can be a lot, especially if you work in an office environment. You really have to be careful. You don't want nobody complaining to HR about your scent. That's super embarrassing, okay? Now, I did wear this one to my doctor's appointment yesterday, and he complimented me on the way that I smell, which is A+, okay? And the beauty about this scent is that it's not even that expensive. It's like in the $40 range, so that's crazy. So definitely look into this fragrance right here. This is L'Intérieur Eau de Toilette, and this is from the house of Givenchy. So I completely understand the fact that not everyone is gonna want to smell clean and fresh, and to be quite honest, I don't want to smell like that every single day. So for those of us who sometimes want to smell sweet and warm and comforting, I have the perfect scent that you could wear to the office that will not be offensive. No one's gonna complain. Now, the fragrance that I'm talking about here is Billie Eilish by Billie Eilish. Now, is it complex? Is it completely unique? No, but it gets the job done. If you're looking for a sweet, warm, cozy vanilla fragrance that's not gonna do too much, I think this is a really, really good choice. This fragrance basically starts off with a sweet vanilla note and a little bit of spices, and I think that's probably where some people are kind of like, I don't know, but to be honest, it doesn't last long. The spiciness doesn't last long. It's very brief, and then it just transitions or transforms into this beautiful, warm, subtle vanilla scent. The vanilla here is kind of like vanilla extract, so it does give foodie vibes, but it's really not strong, and I really don't think anyone at work will be offended by this scent. I think, honestly, you get a lot of compliments on the way that you smell if you wear this fragrance. What I want to add about this fragrance is the fact that it does perform nicely, which is something that's very important when you're looking for a work fragrance. You don't want to wear something that's going to wear off by lunchtime. It's not one of those fragrances that you're going to have to keep reapplying over and over, which could be super annoying. So I do suggest looking into this Billie Eilish fragrance if you want to wear something nice and mild and kind of sweet while you're at work. Okay, so the next occasion that I'm going to talk about here is the date night occasion. I don't know about you, but I love me a good date night. It's just the opportunity to get dressed and look cute and smell good, eat some good food, chill out, relax. I mean, what's to hate about a good date night? Now, if you're like me, one of the first things that I start to think about when I'm gonna go out on a date is how I want to smell. Like, what do you want to smell like? Now, a lot of people assume that, you know, date night fragrances have to be sweet and bold and just sexy and all that good stuff, and that's completely fine. But honestly, that's just not how everybody feels. When I smell a woman and she smells very sweet and bold, say she's wearing something like Flower Bomb or La Vie Belle, like, I don't necessarily think she smells sexy. My first thought is, okay, she's bold, okay, she's not afraid of attention, but I don't know if I think sexy when I smell scents like that. For me, the perfect date night scent is gonna be something that has a nice balance to it. So maybe it's a little clean and fresh, but it does have some sweet and warm aspects to it. I think that creates the perfect date night scent. Now, my choice for the perfect date night scent has to be from the house of Dolce and Gabbana, and this one is called Perfume. I think this just has that beautiful balance of being clean and fresh, a little bit sweet. First and foremost, what I get here is orange blossom, which gives it a nice, clean, fresh, soapy kind of scent. We also have raspberry that gives it a nice little fruitiness, and in the base you do get that vanilla and you get that marshmallow. This is just such a beautiful fragrance. It kind of smells a little bit like Love Don't Be Shy by Killian. I mean, they don't smell exactly alike, but it's like the same idea. But I think this one is just way more balanced. It's not as sweet, but it's that same combination of orange blossom and vanilla and marshmallow. So they kind of have some things in common. But this one to me is just way more perfect because, once again, it's a little bit more balanced. It's not giving too much of anything, okay? So if your guy doesn't like fresh fragrances, he won't be overwhelmed because the sweet aspect is gonna be there. If he doesn't like sweet fragrances, he won't be overwhelmed because the clean aspect is there. So it does create a nice little balance. Definitely look into this one. And it's also a very long-lasting scent with nice projection. Now, if you insist on wearing something on the sweeter side, something that's a little bit more dark, something that's a little bit more sensual and suggestive, I completely understand, okay? We're not here to judge. Now, if that's the kind of vibe that you're on, the fragrance that I would recommend is the Only One Intense by Dolce and Gabbana, okay? Now, I've actually worn this fragrance on a couple of dates, and let me tell you, yes, okay? It does give that suggestive type of language. So if that's what you're looking for, definitely look into this one. Here we have jasmine, and the jasmine is sweet, and I find it to be a little bit grapey, which I absolutely love, but I think the star of the show here is actually that creamy coconut. So alongside that grapey jasmine, you do get that beautiful, sweet, creamy coconut. We also have vanilla. The vanilla here is dark and it's musky. Definitely screams nighttime. It's the perfect date night scent if you really want something sweet and dark and warm and tantalizing. So definitely look into this fragrance. The next occasion that I'm going to talk about is the everyday occasion, okay? So this is a fragrance that you're going to pull for when you're just doing mundane things. Maybe you need to run some errands, you're going shopping, like who knows, whatever you do on an everyday basis, this is probably the fragrance that you're going to reach for. So my recommendation for the perfect everyday scent has to go to this little fragrance right here, and this is called Inner Beauty Exclusif. It's from the house of Julianna's Perfume. It's actually a dupe for Delina Exclusif. A lot of people love the original Delina fragrance, but this one right here is just on a different level. I love Delina, but once I smelled the exclusive version, I was like, I definitely need a full bottle. This is like full bottle worthy. If you want to buy the real thing, I mean, that's on you. But for me, I'm definitely going to go with the dupe because it smells exactly the same, and the quality is amazing. The dominant notes that I get from this one are rose, lychee, and vanilla. It is just so good. Even if you are not a rose person, this is still a fragrance that you have to try. At least try the fragrance, because there are just so many other supporting notes in here that really complements the rose, specifically the lychee and the vanilla. The lychee gives the fragrance a beautiful fruity tartness, and that creamy sweet vanilla, which is way more pronounced in the exclusive version than the original version. This is just beautiful. I think it would make the perfect everyday type of scent. It performs like crazy, which is another quality you need in a fragrance when you're looking for an everyday type of scent. It's just so beautiful. I completely understand that this may not be everybody's thing. It's hard to believe, but it may not be what everybody's looking for in an everyday scent. Now, if you're someone that enjoys something a little bit more sensual and warm, something that is just a little bit darker and not something so girly, I would actually advise you to look into Crystal Noir by Versace. This is actually the eau de toilette. This fragrance is intoxicating. I know that it has like a warm floral type of scent. It's also a little bit spicy, and it's a bit creamy. This is one of those fragrances that you could wear all day, all night, any occasion. This would be a perfect choice if you want to smell very unique, you want to smell like a grown woman, you want to smell very complex. This would be the fragrance to go with. It's also another fragrance that performs really, really well. So it does make for a good everyday fragrance. The next occasion that I'm going to talk about here is the vacation occasion. What fragrances do we take on vacation? A lot of times we have to choose like 2 to 5 fragrances to take on vacation, but what if you have to take just one? For me, this fragrance has to be from the house of Kate Spade, and this one is Live Colorfully. The perfect vacation fragrance. I think it was intended for that. This is not so much a fruity tropical type of scent. It's more of a floral tropical type of scent. This one is all about gardenia and tiare flower. We also have mandarin orange here, and we do have a little bit of vanilla. I love tiare flower. If you check most tropical fragrances, you're probably gonna find a beautiful tiare flower note in there. It has such a distinct scent. There's also a little bit of soapiness here. I highly recommend this one if you're looking for something to take on vacation. Now, the second recommendation that I have here is for those of us that want to smell sweet and tropical. Now, I would actually go with this fragrance mist right here. This is one of the few body mists from Victoria's Secret that does last, especially when you pair it with a body cream, but this one absolutely does last. This is Bare Vanilla Heat. Now, I do have the original Bare Vanilla, but I would take this one on vacation. For those of you guys who don't know, Bare Vanilla has the most beautiful, sweet, delicious vanilla extract type of scent. It's like vanilla ice cream. It smells so good. This one definitely has the same sweet vanilla extract type of scent. The only difference with this one is that there's a spiced mango and coconut note added to this one. So you already get the vibe, okay? With that mango and the coconut, it's just given tropical. So I think this one is absolutely perfect. I'm still trying to figure out which one is better, if the heat version is better, because let me tell you, if you've never tried the heat version, you're missing out, okay? That fruity aspect with the coconut in here is just beautiful. So if you're not into the florals and you're looking for something a little bit more sweet and tropical, something with a vanillic base, definitely look into this one. It's delicious. The last occasion that I'm going to talk about here is the midday situation occasion. So this could literally mean anything. So maybe it's a brunch date, maybe it's a wedding, maybe it's a baby shower, you know, something like that, but it's happening throughout the day. Now, my recommendation would be a fragrance like Nude Bouquet by Zara. This is a dupe for Blooming Bouquet by Dior. It's just a pretty delicate, watery, sheer floral. There's just something classic smelling about this one. I could get 6 hours out of this one, which is crazy, and possibly more. This is just so beautiful. It's so feminine. It's so pretty. But I understand that not everyone may want to smell like this. It's a very feminine, girly type of scent, and that's just not every female's vibe. I think if you're the type of person that wants something a little bit more bold, something that's more of a statement maker, I think a good choice would be Ariana Grande's Cloud 2.0 or Cloud Intense. Here we have lavender, coconut, whipped cream. It's fresh, but it does have some gourmand aspects. It's a little bit woodsy, it's a little musky. So if you're looking for something that has a little bit more personality, something that has a little bit more edge to it, I would definitely recommend this fragrance right here. But you know, it's all about preference and what it is that you're looking for. Okay guys, so that is pretty much it for me. I hope you enjoyed. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you could only choose 5 fragrances, what would those fragrances be? Don't forget to comment, like. If you're new to the channel, do not forget to subscribe. So I'm out of here. Bye.